What to do when your life feels like an endless to-do list. I think we've all had this feeling. Every day feels like we're just ticking off boxes and we have endless of things to do. We don't know what to prioritize, and what this often leads to is feeling overwhelmed, feeling anxiety, or you could even go into depression. Life should be fun, that's what a lot of people say. Life should be easy. But the reality is that you can easily get super overwhelmed by stacking so many things in your mind of things you have to do in personal life, in business, work, for your ambitions. Some days you might try so hard to work it off and to tick everything off, and it never seems to stop. When am I gonna feel like I've accomplished everything I wanted to accomplish? In this video, I'm gonna explain to you a step-by-step process of how you can break down this imaginary list that you've created in your mind so that you can finally take action and feel like it's fun to do, and also feel like you have a structure to go through this list. After that, I'm also gonna share some of my top tips to make sure that you feel really empowered and excited to go through your to-do list every day, and how you can set yourself up for success for the next day. So what I want you to do is grab a booklet, like a pen and paper, something to write on. And to be honest, you know I'm a digital marketing nerd and technology nerd, but I think this has to be done on paper. Our brain just makes a different connection when we actually write hand to paper, and I think it's important for this one. So grab a booklet or notebook, anything like this. I want you to make a list of literally everything in your mind. And I call this a brain dump. So this is every task or to-do or thing that someone is waiting on or action you have to take that's in your mind right now. And I want this to be a long ass list, like really think about it. It can include things like personal things. So I have to do the laundry, have to clean up the kitchen, I have to get my nails done. Any tasks that you have to complete, that you feel like someone is waiting on, or you have to, I don't know, bring your mom's car to the garage, or literally anything that you have in your mind as a to-do for your personal life. Then also write down all the business to-dos or your work to-dos that are in your mind that you're like, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that. Literally brain dump and write down everything. Now, this can take you a few minutes, so go for it. Pause this video, really write down a full brain dump. You might look at the list and be like, wow, that is super long. And that's probably why you were feeling overwhelmed or anxious, because all of this stuff was hanging on your shoulders, it was in your mind, and you knew you had to do it, and it's a long ass list. But by writing it down, we're gonna acknowledge that these are things that are on your mind and that are weighing on you in a way. And now we're gonna make a plan. How can we decrease this list, and how can we make sure that we feel like we're making progress, that we can be proud of, so that we feel less anxious and less overwhelmed? Out of this list, I want you now to pick 3 things that are high priority. And I'm gonna break down in a second how you can establish whether it's high priority or not. So 3 things that are high priority, 3 things that are very easy to tick off and very easy to complete, that don't take you more than 10 to 20 minutes to do. And we're gonna pick one thing that you're gonna do for yourself today. And this can be a self-care thing or something that you like doing, one thing for yourself. Let's get started with high priority. So what is a high priority task, and how can I, out of this whole list, decide what is high priority? This is something that I do with this brain dump list, but also in my business. And it's also how I help my leaders to identify which tasks they have to focus on first. And it's based on a few categories. So the first one is critical or high impact. This means that this is a task or something you have to do, and if you don't, there could be consequences or negative effects for yourself or for your business or for your work. And it's something that, like, if I don't do this, some shit's gonna go down, I'm gonna be in trouble, my business is gonna, suffer, like something that has a high impact or critical for you. That's one way to determine what should be high priority. The second category is something that other people are waiting on, and they cannot move forward unless you finish this task. Within that, there are 2 subcategories. One is just a general one of, if I don't finish this task, either my team member, my coworker, my mom, my family, my friend, they cannot move on with something. So we are hindering their growth or we're hindering their progress. This is also important to take care of first. I'm going to give you an example. For our coaching program, we're now looking into collaborating with funding partners. What does this mean? That people who don't have the investment for our coaching or masterminds, that they could collaborate with a funding partner that's going to fund it for them and allow them to break their payment up in small installments. I, as a CEO, have to sign off on this, and I have to be the one to open it in our Stripe account. If I decide to delay this process, it's going to impact a lot of people, and they're all waiting for me. So my sales team cannot move forward. We cannot inform people that have been waiting on this, and we can basically help less people, which is also not great because some people might really need this option. So that's something that I would put on my priority list to finish first, because then my sales manager can do something, my closers can act on it, and our future clients can benefit from it. This is something that is hindering growth or that other people are waiting for in my company. The second one in this category is delegation. So what can I quickly explain and delegate to someone else? And this applies if you are a business owner, but even in your family. Sometimes I delegate stuff to my mom. Sorry, mom. But this is things like, I don't know, if I have to call the Dutch insurance or something, like whatever, then I might ask my mom to do it actually, because she's in the Netherlands, her time zone, and she's happy to help me with stuff like that. That's a personal example. Asking for help. So if you think your friends or your family can really help you with something, it's not always wrong to ask for help, you know? If it can really take off a big load off your shoulder and take something off, great, you know, and they might not even mind helping you, or they might not even mind doing it for you. In a business, of course, it's team members. So it's like if I make a quick Loom video showing my team how to fix something in our Airtable system, and then they can watch that Loom video, they can fix it, and they can do it for the rest of our table, whatever. Okay, now they can move on. Now they can help me fix the problem because I explain it to them what to do, and you can do this with Loom videos, SOP documents. Now they can move forward and they can fix the problem. So things people are waiting on for them to move forward, and what can I delegate? And the third thing for priority is what moves the needle. Which task, if I complete it, is going to have the biggest positive impact? It's going to have the biggest domino effect. If I complete X, boom, there we go, right? So this can be things like, for me now, one of a high priority tasks is hiring an executive assistant. And if you're interested in the position, I will leave an open application form below so you can apply, and if we have something, we reach out. But right now it's an executive assistant. Why? If I hire this person, I give her like 100 tasks that are on my list and someone can get them done, you know? So that has a positive impact on my business. Or I'm working on an affiliate program for our coaching program and for our services. If I set that up, I spread the word, boom, it's going to have a big impact, you know? So those are also high priority things for me. So just to recap, high priority, 3 categories. What is critical and has a negative impact on the business and really needs to be fixed. Then we have what are other people waiting on / what can I delegate to other people. And the third one, what has the biggest positive impact? What is a needle moving task? What's going to move the needle in my business or personal life? Okay, so that's how you can determine which 3 things on your list right now are high priority. And to make it easier, you could do 2 things. You could either choose one in each category. So one that's critical, one that you can delegate or someone is waiting on, and one positive impact. But to be honest, I think that when you start with this process, you should first work off all the critical things that have a negative impact and that can have consequences. And then of course, work your way down that priority list to make sure that all the critical things are being taken care of for sure. The second step. Now I want you to choose 3 things that you can easily tick off and that are not going to take a lot of time. Why? Because some of these high priority tasks might not be finished in one day, and we also want some easy wins for our endorphin, for our feel-good hormone. You know, we want to tick some things off as well that are easy and just take mental load away. You know, if we tick these off, it's like, oh, you know, I've completed that, I'm making progress. Great. Because it can feel quite overwhelming if you're only focusing on high priority stuff all the time, and maybe for a few days nothing really gets ticked off or done, and then you feel like you're not moving forward or making progress, and the list is now piling on, and now it feels like an endless to-do list your life. That's why we also want to choose 3 things that are easy that you can tick off now. So for example, bring my laundry to the laundromat. Wow, if that was weighing on me, which it can, you know, it's just another thing that's pending that makes you feel like, ooh, so much things pending. We just want to take that off. Hiring a nutritionist. Okay, for me that didn't take a lot of time, but now the nutritionist is actually starting on my meal plans while I'm doing other stuff, which is again a delegation one. It was not priority, but an easy one. In half an hour, I found someone, hired them, done. Can also be, fix your mom's car, reply to a person on WhatsApp or something like that, you know? For me, even that ticks onto my to-do list. Like people messaging me, I'm like, I don't have time. So sometimes that is on my list, like reply to my friends, you know? So anything that's easy that you're like, boom, done. Pick 3 things that you can complete in less than half an hour. And the third step is now we're gonna pick at least one thing that you're gonna do for yourself because you like it, because it's self-care, because it makes you feel good as a person, because you enjoy it. So this can be something like, I have to get my nails done, and it's not necessarily priority, it's not necessarily an easy task, but it's pending in my head. I see it every day, I'm annoyed, I need to get it done. Okay, get it done, girl. Just get it done, you know, for yourself, self-care. That's okay. Need to get your hair done, or want to go for a beach walk, or want to take this class. I don't know, something you want to do that you actually like or enjoy. Self-care, hobby, whatever is on your list that you would enjoy finishing or doing. Now, these 7 things are the things you're gonna try to complete first. Maybe you can do them in a day. I would try that, otherwise 2 days. And then as soon as you've completed these 7 things, we're gonna do this exercise again. Dump your brain, write it down, pick 3 high priority, pick 3 easy things, pick 1 for yourself, finish it, move on. You do obviously have to start, in my opinion, with the high priority ones because they are, you know, critical or really make a big difference. And then by the end of the day, I can assure you, you will feel amazing that you've accomplished it and that you tick these things off. And this brain dump list will get less and less and less. You know, small steps over time make such a big difference. You don't need to complete all of these things on your brain dump list in 1 day. You cannot, or even 1 week, or even 1 month, you know. Be kind to yourself and pick these 7 things, take action. And then I think, yes, in a way, life is an endless to-do list. It is, it just is, you know. But if we structure it in this way, it might feel less like that, you know, and you might feel enjoyment from completing things and from making progress. Now, if you still feel overwhelmed, which it could be, you know, 100%, even towards burnout, depression, and you're already at that stage, I still think you should make this list. But there's a few other things that can really help you to set yourself up for a positive mindset and feeling good. The first thing is that I actually do a brain dump every night in my journal, which is next to my bed. Spend 10 minutes doing this every night. Please set an alarm on your phone, just do it. The first one you're gonna do is you're gonna write down this brain dump of tasks to do, anything you can think of. Boom, boom, boom. Now already choose your 7 things for the next day. Because if you pre-plan what your next day is gonna look like, your brain, your body, your mind, you're waking up, you're knowing the plan, and you feel so much more calm and grounded. If we plan what we're gonna do the next day, same as with workouts, you know? Write down what type of exercise you're gonna do tomorrow, and you're so much more likely to wake up and be in that mind of doing it. Make that one the night before. Circle the ones, high priority, delegation / other people waiting, and 1 for yourself. Next day, you know, this is my plan of attack for the day. Next to the task brain dump, maybe on the next page, I want you to write down a worry breakdown. Write everything you're worrying about, or that you're thinking about, or that you're stressing about from the day. For me, it's deciding if I'm gonna go to Antarctica. That's a topic for another video, but I might go to Antarctica from Bali in like a few days. Well, I'm still torn, but that's something I'm worrying about. So write it out, dump it, so that you can sleep better, you feel better. Just write down all your worries, problems, and things that are upsetting you, and then start to journal. So start talking to yourself and say, okay, Antarctica, you know what, Jet, it doesn't matter whether you go or not. Either decision will be fine. Don't stress about it. Just feel your gut, see how you feel, check the logistics. But if you don't feel like it, don't push yourself. On the same time, if you want to go, go. And now I've just kind of therapized myself, if that's a word, into feeling okay about it. Like, I'm okay, I'm good. Jet, I know you're worried about Antarctica, but let it go. It's okay. What can I do tomorrow to feel less worried? Okay, that's for my task list. Research tickets and talk to my friends about it. Okay. Now I go to bed feeling The worry is off my shoulder. The worry is out. I kind of discussed it with myself in my journal. How I feel, accept your feelings and acknowledge them. It's okay to feel stressed about it. But Jet, in reality, you're gonna be fine either way, whether you go to Antarctica or not, you know? So write down all your worries and problems, journal about it, and then you're gonna go to sleep feeling like you lifted those things off your shoulders. You don't have to keep them here anymore because they're in your booklet. This is your brain for the night. So I don't have to take all of this stuff into my dreams or into my REM sleep or into my, beauty sleep. This is my brain. I dumped everything in here. I'm closing it, sleeping, waking up, feeling I got this. I have a plan of attack. And I coached myself last night that I don't have to be worried. I will figure it out. I will be okay. A bonus or a plus tip, what I also do is I do this brain dump and I make this list in my booklet. And then when I have picked my 7 things, I write them on my whiteboard or a piece of paper on your wall, so that you're like, today, that is my focus. I'm gonna go for that. That's something you can do too. There's, to be honest, so many ways that you can feel less anxious or less overwhelmed. And maybe I will do a video about each of them one day, but I'm just gonna list a few of my favorite things that I do when I feel like anxious, So I like to put on a Spotify list with calm music. This can be sleep music, this can be calm music, this can be angelic music, manifestation music, harmonic music. I will drop a few links in the description to my favorite list. And this tones and vibe is just gonna put you in like, we will just feel like, okay. And taking deep breaths. In through your nose, really deep belly breath, out through your mouth, loud. Like that. And you can do a few until you feel better. Then there's more official ways, I guess. So you could do a guided meditation. I will drop my favorite ones as well in the description. A quantum leap episode, anything like that. You could listen to your favorite podcast. I hope that's me. Things that just kind of take your mind off, make you a little bit more relaxed, You can also do EFT tapping, which is something I recently started with to calm anxiety. I'll also drop an episode I've done before in the description. You can go for a nature walk, you can go to the gym, play your favorite instrument, do something that is gonna kind of shake up your nervous system again and put you in a different state, put you in a different mood. Awesome. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this video and that this is going to help you when you feel like your life feels like an endless to-do list. You don't know how to prioritize your tasks, and this is a really good action plan that has helped me a lot before. And if you would like to see more on self-improvement, self-development, business owner, entrepreneur advice, or how to become a high-ticket freelancer, then make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I would love to hear if you tried this technique and if it worked or helped you in any way. Please do let me know in the comments, and then I hope to see you soon.